Finally answering that question as to where our kids' names came from. Do you know how you got your name?
No.
Do you know how we got your name?
No.
You don't know how you got your name?
No.
You haven't tried Talkies?
I just realized it.
They're like the best things in the world.
It's a Yawi family. Yawi.
We just got home from church and we're doing our standard thing, which is
Ramen noodles.
the kids are eating ramen noodles and we're just eating lunch. That's what we do. Every time we come home from church, it's eat lunch and then
Sleep.
but we thought it would be fun.
Power
We
hour.
thought it would be fun today, guys, to finally let you know there's been a lot of requests and a lot of questions about where the name Lizzie came from. Where the name Savannah came from. Where the name Branson, that's a different one. Where did the name Branson come from? What about Asbury? Where did that name come from? What about Canyon? What about Allie? What about Danielle? Where did all those names come from?
Yeah.
How did we name our kids? Where did we get those names from? So,
Where did Johnny come from? Where did Sarah come from?
oh yeah, so we're going to be answering that question today. Finally answering that question as to where our kids' names came from. But guess what? First, we're gonna eat and take a nap. So we'll see you in a minute. Okay, nap is over, lunch is over, and Sarah is starting dinner. In fact, I'm helping her with dinner. And there's one kid outside, and I bet you can't guess who that is. What's happening out here, Polar? Oh, hi, Gigo. What's wrong?
I think I need to blow up.
Are you serious?
Yes.
You don't feel good?
No.
What's going on? Oh, Polar's going down the stairs. Look at that. Good job, Polar. You think you need to throw up? What makes you think you need to throw up? Polar, you're noisy, man. You don't feel good? Do you have a yucky stomach, or is it just you have the hiccups?
We have a yucky stomach.
Are you hungry?
Yes.
You are hungry? Okay, well, I hope you just don't understand your feelings right now. I hope you don't really need to throw up. That's not good. Okay, we're gonna cook dinner, okay?
Okay.
So Gigo says he might need to throw up.
What?
He says he thinks he needs to throw up.
That's not good.
I don't know if he has the hiccups, so I wonder if he thinks that that's
Oh, maybe.
connected. Because I was asking if he's hungry, like I was looking for those signs, and he said, yes, I'm hungry. I said, do you want to eat? He says, yes. I said, are you excited? He said, yes. But he has the hiccups, so I hope that's what it is. Lizzie,
Yes.
we are going to talk about
How did you get your name?
how you got your name. Do you know how you got your name?
No.
You don't know how you got your name? So you're just as curious as everybody else out there?
No.
So this is good stuff. So here we go. We're gonna have Lizzie go very first. When you were not even a baby yet, you were like this big, we decided we are gonna have a girl or a boy. If we have a boy, what are we gonna name it? If we have a girl, what are we gonna name it? And I don't think we started thinking about your name until we knew that you were gonna be a girl. And then we said, you know what? We have an Allie, we have a Danielle, we have a Savannah. What don't we have? And I don't remember if Mommy suggested it or if I suggested it, but I said, you know what? Lots of boys are named after their dads. You know, I was named after my dad. Did you know that? Mm-hmm. And so lots of boys are named after their dads. And so I said, you know what? But there's not a lot of girls that are named after their mom. And Mommy's name is what?
Sarah.
Sarah Beth. It's her real name.
Sarah Beth.
It's just one name. She doesn't have a middle name. Sarah Beth is her name.
And at the same time, Savannah had a baby doll that she carried around everywhere, and she says, "This is my baby Elizabeth. Baby Elizabeth.
That's right.
My sister is baby Elizabeth."
So all of this came together and we're like, you know what? That's perfect. Elizabeth. So you were named after a part of
Baby
what
doll.
Mommy is. Not really a baby doll. Savannah was just helping us remember what we wanted to name you. So that's where Elizabeth came from. And so you're named after Mommy in a way, right? And in a whole way, because your name is what?
Sarah.
Sarah. Your first name, then Lizzie's first name is?
Sarah.
Sarah Elizabeth. So Sarah Elizabeth, so Sarah after Mommy and Elizabeth after Mommy. So you kind of got like the mixture of the two names. It's kind of cool. She has a mixture of your two names actually.
Really?
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. So that's
Oh, yeah.
that's how
Sarah
we named
Beth Elizabeth.
That's right. That's right. So that's pretty cool. That's like there's a lot of thought that goes into naming your kids. It's not just like, hey, look at this.
It's true because it's a name they have to live with for their whole life. It's a big deal to name a child.
So who should we ask to go next? Whose name would you like to know where it came from next?
I think Savannah. I want Savannah to go.
Okay, let's find out about Savannah's name next. What, dude?
Hi.
Hi. Are you in trouble?
No.
Hey, you are acting very weird, you know that?
Mhm.
Do you have an accident out here? Oh, I think you had an accident. Did you?
No.
Yeah, I think you did. Are you not telling me the truth?
No.
Why are you backing up?
Hi.
Why are you keeping your back towards me? Why don't you run in and see if mommy will check?
No.
I think you had an accident. Gigo had an accident. Gigo pooped. One of the things that we have decided we're going to do is we're going to make a big deal, as you guys have seen, we're going to make a big deal when he actually goes to the bathroom in the toilet like he's supposed to. And we're not going to make as big of a deal in a negative way about when he has accidents. So what you just saw was me basically just doing everything I can just to brush it off and let him deal with it. So let him come to grips with what he did. And so that's what he's doing right now. He feels bad and everything, but I'm not gonna be the one shoving it down his throat. I'm not gonna be the one smacking him around about it. I don't mean physically smacking him around, I mean like, are you kidding me? You did this. It was more me recognizing it, him knowing that I did, and then just walking away and letting him think about it. I don't know if it's working. I know that it helps us as parents feel a lot better about it. And we're definitely not ignoring it. We're just letting him deal with it. I think in life, we need that opportunity ourselves to recognize what we did wrong and hold ourselves accountable. And starting early is a good thing, to hold ourselves accountable. Not make everybody else hold us accountable all the time. Especially our parents. It's hard. It's hard on parents to hold kids accountable.
Do you know where your name came from?
Yeah.
Where?
Savannah, Georgia.
Savannah, Georgia. Johnny and I went with our family for a reunion once to Savannah, Georgia, and we loved it so much.
Look at that. That was Savannah. Savannah, look, that's you.
That's me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I can tell?
How?
Because it was the 4th one in a row. Look how cute Savannah was.
Aww. Yeah, we fell in love with Savannah, Georgia, and we said, if we have another girl, let's name her Savannah.
And then Savannah Smiles we also thought about.
We did.
We loved that, and I just love that name. It just rolls off Savannah so beautifully.
And then we were having a hard time thinking of a middle name.
I'm named after my great grandma.
And we had, hi buddy. How did we get your name?
My name is Canyon.
Yeah, we'll talk about your name in just a minute. We had a neighbor in our old house, and she was the sweetest, caringest, nicest old lady. And she had a big family, but there weren't a lot of family members that lived close. And our neighbor, we adopted her as our official grandma. And Johnny and I decided that we wanted to put Savannah's middle name named after her. And so one day we went over there with all the kids and told her that our baby was a girl, and we asked if we could name our baby girl after her, and her name was Valate. So Savannah Valate. And that's how we got your name, and she was so happy that she cried. She was so happy that you were gonna be named after her.
Did you already do Allie and Danielle?
Nope.
You should do Danielle, because I'm actually really curious why you got her name.
All right, Danielle it is.
Charlie!
Where is he? Charlie!
Charlie, move! Charlie, come on, go get your leash. Let's go. Let's see if he does this.
You wanna go for a walk? Where's your leash? Come on.
Where is it? Go get it. Let's go.
Oh, good boy.
Now it's a free tickle. Don't hurt him. Don't hurt him.
You look like Frankenstein. Do you know how you got your name? You don't know how you got your name?
No.
Your middle name, Christine,
I know that one.
is my sister's middle name, my mom's middle name, Johnny's sister's first name, and his grandma's middle name. So Christine was a very popular name in our families. So that's how Danielle got her middle name. But her first name, Danielle, we could not decide on what name we should give her. We kept thinking and trying to choose different names, and then my best friend was Danielle, and she had helped us so much with getting to know our neighbors and helping us to feel part of the neighborhood, and I spent almost every day with her. And then she had cancer, and she was going through a really hard time, and she didn't have any family close by that could help her out, and we just felt such a deep connection with her that we thought we wanted to do something for her and name you Danielle.
That's where you got your name from. Did you know that?
No.
You didn't know that?
I knew how to do
Wow, we're
something
terrible.
like
I know.
best
All
friend,
of our-
I thought just because you liked that name, and so I didn't have any special reason.
Well, we did like that name. That's why your name is spelled without the E at the end, because that's how she spells her name. And so that's why you're not
Cool.
spelled like all the other Danielles in the world.
Allie's turn. Do you know how you got your name?
From a movie?
What movie? Do you remember?
Something about stars.
Wish Upon a Star.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think it was a
thought-
movie. I think it was a TV series, actually.
I thought it was like a Disney movie.
Wish Upon a Star. I'll have to look into it. So, when we found out that you were going to be a girl, we already had a boy. We had Branson. And we were trying to think of a name. And did you know that when your mom got pregnant with Branson, I was like, girl. I want a girl. I didn't know what the name was going to be, but I really wanted a little girl. So I was so excited when we found out that you were going to be a little girl. I was like, oh, I finally get my little princess. And so I was like, okay, what are we going to name her? And so we're thinking about all these names, and of course we'd already like had Branson's name, and it was a very unique and different name. And so I'm like, let's stick with the unique and different. Let's not go with standard, you know, what's a standard girl's name like?
Olivia or Ellie or
At that time it wasn't that. It was more like,
Sarah.
yeah, Sarah's a standard name. So stuff like that. I was like, Kelly is a standard name, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying these are bad names. These are great names. I'm just saying it's like a standard name that you hear usually. And so I was thinking about it, and we were sitting there watching a movie one night, and Mommy was pregnant, and I'm like, and we're watching this, or Wish Upon a Star, we're watching this, and there's this girl in there. Her name was Alexia Wheaton. I remember the name. It was Alexia Wheaton. And I'm like, okay, I don't know if I like the last name, but I like that first name. And I'm like, but Alexia Wheaton kind of works.
What if
so
I name a guy,
Marry a guy?
Marry a guy whose last name is Wheaton.
Then you'll be Alexia Wheaton all over again. So
Oh.
that's where she got her name. And then I was like, okay, we have to come up with a middle name. The whole girl thing came up again, my little princess, blah, blah, blah. And so I just went through all these different things, and I went, Rose. I like Rose. And so we actually went back and forth and said, are we going to name you Rose or Alexia? And then we said, Alexia Rose is perfect. So that is the name that we came up with for Allie. And we named her Alexia Rose. And now we call her Allie. And sometimes Allie Rose. And I call her My Rose and other things. But, yep, our first daughter ever, Alexia Rose, was named after Alexia Wheaton from a TV show. And it's just because I totally love that name, Alexia. There were some Allies, lots of Allies back then too, and Ellas, but I was like, Alexia, I totally like that. And it had an X in it. That's different,
It's unique.
right? It's totally unique. So that's where we got Allie's name from.
Do you know how we got your name?
No,
Where did you get your name?
from the word as.
One year at our family reunion, Grandpa asked Uncle Nate to make a list of family names. And on that list was the name Asbury. William Asbury was on that list, and he was my great-great-grandpa. My grandpa's grandpa was named William Asbury. And Daddy and I heard that name, and we said, oh, I love that name. If we ever have another boy, let's name him Asbury. And then we got pregnant with you and found out you were a boy. And we said, oh yay, now we can use the name Asbury. And also, what's your first name? Johnny. We didn't have any boys named Johnny. And so we wanted to name you after Daddy. So we decided that your name should be Johnny Asbury and call you Asbury. But the way it was spelled was A-S-B-U-R-Y. And we didn't want anybody to say bad words or anything with a nickname? So we
We got Canyon.
Yep, Canyon's coming up. And so we changed it to AZBURY. And that's how we got your
I'm playing.
Did you two know that I've never tried Takis?
You haven't tried Takis?
I just realized it when Canyon was eating his Takis. I've never eaten Takis before.
They're like the best things in the world.
And I don't even know because I've never tried them.
Okay, you're trying them. I got 10 bags for my birthday, and
Is
you've
this
never.
the best flavored ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, the other ones
The
are
other
nasty
ones are nasty.
Okay, tell me before I do this, why are they the best?
because they have lime flavor and they're spicy.
They're spicy and they just like, I don't know.
I love it. They're just so good.
There's just something about them that just tastes so good.
something about it.
That was my first Taki ever. You guys been eating these things and going crazy over for a while? For a
Do
long
you like
time?
them?
I actually really like them.
They're so good.
They're like tortillas,
Yeah,
not chips.
with lime
They're hot.
and spicy.
And they have a good flavor with them, so it's not like overwhelming
That's
spicy.
pretty
It
good.
tastes
Only
like chips and
spicy.
salsa with a little lime.
It's like not the like the other chips that are only spicy with no flavor. It's like spicy with flavor.
These are pretty good.
They're so good.
Thank you.
Do you see why I wanted so many for my birthday?
I approve of Takis.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Okay, who's this little guy? Do you know who this little guy is?
Canyon.
It's you. It's baby Canyon. Look at your chubby cheeks and your chubby double chin. And what do you have on your head? It's a beanie. It's a baby beanie. You are so cute, Gigo. Do you know how you got your name? Where did you get your name from?
Canyon.
Yeah, where did you get Canyon from?
Oh, you.
Yeah, I gave it to you. Why? Because I'm going to tell the story about how you got your name. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's how Canyon got his name. So Sarah was pregnant with our last baby, this guy, and we didn't know whether it was a girl or boy yet, but we already started talking about names. And I was in the canyon one day, Provo Canyon actually, and I don't remember if I don't think I was riding longboard, but I think I was just in the canyon, and I just realized, and I came home and I said, Sarah, I love the canyon. It's just one of those places I just love. In fact, I love all canyons. I love that typically there's a river in the canyon, at least around here. And I just love the trees and the animals and the breeze that goes through them. I just love it all. And it's like Moana, where the ocean calls her, like the canyon calls me. And so I was like, it would be fun. And I actually wasn't serious this time. I was more joking with Sarah as I said, that's you, huh? And I said, Sarah, we should name our next kid Canyon. And you know what Sarah said? She said, I kind of like that. And so we started talking about it, and we decided that we would name our next kid Canyon, whether it was a boy or a girl. And then so when he came out, this little guy right here, after all the issues that Sarah went through, she went through a lot of physical stuff to have him. You know, she did have a lot. We'll have to get into that some other time, but it was difficult having Gigo. When he came out, we still didn't have a middle name for him. And my grandpa, he used to work at a mental hospital, and he had a lot of kids that just loved him. And he wore a cowboy hat, and he had a big mustache, and he was just a really fun guy. And the one of the kids one day, like he wore a uniform. He had to wear a white shirt, kind of like this one, but buttoned all the way down, because he was a cook. And he wore pants that were also white, but they were supposed to be like a certain kind of pants. And they told him, you have to wear those. And he said, no, I like my Levi's. So he decided he was going to wear Levi's and his cowboy hat instead of going with the typical uniform. And so one of the kids came through the line one day and said, hey, are you the Sundance Kid? And he said, yeah, totally. And then this is I'm paraphrasing. This isn't the exact story. I'm telling a little bit from what my grandma said. And he said, yeah. And so from that point on, the kids called him Sundance. And so that was his nickname. Later on in life, he would see those kids that were adults now, and they came up to him, oh, look, hey, it's Sundance, and they just loved him. And so there were a lot of kids that went through there for different things and rehab, and they just totally loved him because he was such a fun person and he cooked so well. I asked my grandma, I said, tell me the story about where Grandpa got Sundance from. And she told me, and I said, hey, would it be okay if we name our kid after Grandpa? My grandpa died. Canyon never met him. Most of our kids never met him. He died when Branson was 1. And so he's been gone for about 20 years now. And so she said that would just make my whole entire day, it would make my life. I totally would love that. And so we did. We named this guy Canyon Sundance. So that's where he got the name. Where did you get the name Gigo?
From you.
So when Canyon was younger, I had like lots of baby talk with him, and you know when you have gibberish or you talk with little kids, you're just making all these noises and everything. And I came up with this thing that was when I would tickle him or make him laugh, I would go Gigo Figo Sigo Migo, and it just came out. That's where Gigo Figo came from. Gigo Migo Figo Sigo Gigo Figo Sigo Bigo Tigo Migo Gigo, all those things, right? And someday we're gonna sing a song, because think about it, you can actually replace the lyrics to any song with Gigo, Figo, Migo, and sing anything. You guys want to hear us do that? Tell us in the comments below. Should we write a Gigo Figo song to what song? What song do you want us to replace the lyrics with and sing it? We will do it. The Figo, Migo, Sigo, the Gigo, Migo, Figo, the Sigo, Figo, Migo, the Figo, Bigo, Fig. See? Now it's on to Branson. Here we go. This is how Branson got his name.
Aw, look at that little guy.
That's Branson. That's 20, almost 1 year ago.
Wow.
When we were looking at him in
the nursery.
In the nursery, some little kids came by. I don't know if they were from a school or what.
They were having a school field trip of the hospital.
They looked at Branson and one of them said, "Hey, look, it's a baby monkey." Well, there he is. We were 17 when Branson was born, and it was quite crazy. I like to tease Sarah and say that most of the names that she came up with for Branson, because she kind of headed that up. I just kind of was hands off a little bit in the beginning. Most of the names that she came up with, I think, had something to do with some of the cute boys that she was chasing around in school, or she thought would be cute. Because I was like, that one's a name of someone I know. That's one, and so I was more like, no, I'm not going to name my kid after this guy that I don't like, or this kid that I don't like, or all these different things. And then some movie stars or some people during that time.
Yeah, most of it was 17. It's like, oh, that name's cute, that name's cute. Oh, I like that name, I like that name. You know, just hear it.
Yeah.
So.
But it was also somewhat associated with the person or a personality. Anyway, and so she went through all these different names, and of course I shot down a handful of them. She narrowed them down to like 5, I think. And I remember several of them. I'm like, no, that still has names in there of people that I don't necessarily like. And so I was kind of like, just shut that off, right? But then when she said Branson, I was like, Branson, that's a pretty interesting name. I've heard of Branson, Missouri, right? And so I've heard of something before, but I was like, I really like that name. And so I don't remember if I had much to do with agreeing on it. I remember saying I love that name. We talked about it, but I don't, again, it's been a long time, and we had a pretty rocky relationship during that time. We were 17, and we haven't told that story yet about Branson being born. We need to do that. In the comments below to let us know if you want to hear the Branson being born when we were 17 story, because it was
it's a crazy story.
Crazy, wild ride. I don't know how even we survived. I don't know how Branson survived the thing. But it was wild. That's how Branson got his name, and then his middle name, Sarah's brother, and Sarah's grandpa,
is Nathaniel. And so most of our kids have a family name
as well as a crazy other name.
Yeah, except for Allie. Her name has no family ties at all.
Alexia Wheaton, we talked about it.
Yeah. Wish Upon a Star.
Wish Upon a Star, that's right. Was it a movie show or was it a TV show? It was a movie or a TV show?
Disney Channel original movie.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. Okay.
But I know a couple of years ago it was on Netflix. So it's one you can still find.
Interesting.
We need to watch it with her.
We need to watch it with her.
And we need to watch Savannah Smiles with Savannah. So all of the kids have a family name except for Allie.
So that's pretty cool, huh? That's pretty cool. You guys asked for it. What'd you think? Like, did any of them surprise you? Did any of them... Again, do you want to hear the story about Branson when he was born?
Johnny's named after his dad.
That's right.
And I'm named after my grandma.
Yeah. How about you? Do you have unique stories? We want to hear your stories too.
Who are you named after? Do you have a family name, or are you like Allie that just has a great name, a great sounding name?
Names are important. They are very, very important. That's who we are. Some people change their names because they don't like them. And a lot of times women get married and they change their last name. Sometimes they don't. It's okay. Names are pretty cool and pretty important. So there it is. There's Branson when he was born. This was the day he was born, right?
Yep.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. We hope you loved this video. We've, in the last 3 years, we have never actually done this, and we've been asked many, many times how the Tannerites family names.
How we got our names. How the kids got their
how
names.
the kids got all their names. So there you go. We hope you appreciate it, and we hope that you appreciate your name. And once again, in the comments below, let us know if you want to hear the Branson story, as well as
where you got your name.
I asked something else earlier, and I don't remember what it was, guys. This has been a whole day project, by the way. We've kind of been in and out doing different things, but we do appreciate you. I just went through Instagram, and I love hearing from you guys. This is our Instagram handle. Go follow us on Yawi Vlogs Instagram. We're pumping it up. We're changing our game on our Yawi Instagram page. And so if you're an Instagrammer, go and follow us, because we're going to be doing more stories of the stuff that you don't see on the vlogs. These are the more spontaneous, fun, crazy moments, as well as the kind of the inside scoop of what's happening right now. As you know, we're 1 week behind on our videos, or ahead, or however you want to put that. And so you don't see what happens today until another week, but on Instagram you see it immediately. And we're going to be going to Disneyland here in a couple weeks, and we want to let you guys know about it. So if you have the opportunity to be there, we want to meet you.
Yeah,
and
we'd love to meet you there.
Not necessarily a full meet and greet unless you guys want to, but we want to meet you guys. We want to meet more of you on a regular basis. And so follow us on Instagram so we can actually send those stories out real time and you can see what's happening. And we're going to start putting some of our vlogs on Tannerites lined up with what's happening on Yawi Vlogs Instagram. So Instagram made me do it. Have you guys heard of those videos? That sounds like a lot of fun to us. So we're going to start making those videos, and we need you to be following us on Instagram to be able to do so. All right, guys, as always, we just want you to never forget, which is why we do what we do now. We want to continue to press out there as much as possible. Just get it into your brain to remember the unique value that you have, and the unique responsibility you have to remember that value that you have. Nobody else's responsibility but your own, to remember your own value. Others will help you out with it, but it's your responsibility to remember who you are, and always remember that
you are worth it. We love you guys. Bye.